My bro, don't joke. That is army for the people. Don't joke. Don't joke. Move, quickly. Jump, quickly. Hey, quickly. Don't joke.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy Sabbath and welcome to our evening show. This is Gashi's Kama TV, the Tourist Man Black Africa. A number of our viewers are asking if the war in the Democratic Republic of Congo is going to affect Raila Amolo Odinga's bid for the African Union chairperson, slated for 15th of this month. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What is your opinion? Do you think it will work for or against Raila Amolo Odinga? Ladies and gentlemen, I think the situation in DRC is very, very tense. It's very, very emotive. It's a very, very emotive issue, and it's going to affect Raila Amolo Odinga. It is going to affect Raila Amolo Odinga because of a number of reasons. Number one, it is because of William Samoei Ruto's character. Remember, when the M23 invaded Goma and captured Goma, the immediate action by William Samoei Ruto, who is the chairman of the African Union, not African Union, the chairman of the East African Community, what he did was to call President Macron. This is wrong in my view, because it tells you that William Samoei Ruto does not believe in Pan-Africanism. William Samoei Ruto does not believe that Africans can solve their problems. The colonial mentality that is still with William Samoei Ruto can actually work against Raila Amolo Odinga. He also called the U.S. Secretary of State, which is still wrong in my view. What he should have done is to call the East African heads of state and government and maybe discuss this. So the following day is when he called the East Africa Community Summit meeting. It was a virtual meeting where Tshisekedi actually refused to attend. I want you to listen to what Patrick Lumumba is saying here.
You know, I understand President Ruto is the current chair of the East African Community Summit, having taken over from President Salva Mayardit Kir of South Sudan. So in that context, I understand that he is reacting properly and saying, these are member states, let's have an urgent meeting. But it beggars belief that you are calling the president of a former colonizer and a neo-colonizer to tell you how to run African affairs. But all these are out of what I call colonial hangover. African politicians still hold the view that they must be second-guessed and supported by presidents of former colonizers. We must decolonize our minds. You don't need Macron. You don't need any president to tell us in Africa how we can make our own peace.
Reason why it is going to affect Raila Amolo Odinga. There is tension between East Africa and Sadc. Sadc, led by Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa. And there was a tip-off, there was a face-off between Kagame and President Ramaphosa, where Ramaphosa was accused by Kagame. And Kagame told him that he's accusing him falsely because Ramaphosa had told Kagame that he should stop supporting M23. And Kagame asked him what his military are doing in Goma. What have they been there for long? They have been there, they have been battlefront, they have been frontline. And you know that Sadc has 16 countries. And if they are convinced that Kagame is supporting M23, definitely, as a member of the East African community, that tension is likely to work against Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila Amolo Odinga's bid requires a lot of harmony. It requires tranquility, peace in the whole of Africa, such that people cannot start blaming each other. Because what we are seeing here is that the fact that Tshisekedi, the DRC president, refused to attend the virtual meeting of the East African heads of state, it tells you that he is very, very suspicious. Do you think he's going to vote for Raila Odinga? He's very, very suspicious. Remember also, there was a time last year when M23 Labours gave a press conference in Nairobi, and Sadc was not happy, Tshisekedi was not happy, and since that time, Tshisekedi has been giving East African heads of state meeting a wide berth. And when the meeting was called in Zimbabwe, I think the day before yesterday, he actually attended so happily. And you wonder why he would refuse to attend the East African heads of state meeting and then attend that of Sadc. It tells you there's a lot of mistrust. So this mistrust is going to work against Raila Odinga, and I hope that reason will prevail among the Sadc members, because if they decide to punish William Samoei Ruto, because you see, William Samoei Ruto is also being accused of supporting Kagame. He's being accused of being very close to Kagame. Museveni has also been accused, and these are the leaders who are actually marketing Raila Odinga. These are the people who are actually in the front line to ensure that Raila Odinga wins. The other issue that can work against Raila Odinga is if William Samoei Ruto is unable to handle this crisis. You know, when I look at it, William Samoei Ruto is actually under the microscope. How is he going to handle this crisis as the head of or the chairman of the East African community? And already, when you look at it, he is failing, if you ask me. And what he's doing, what the East African heads of states are doing, they are telling Tshisekedi to actually have a discussion with the leaders of the labor movement. Because if he doesn't do this, actually, it is going to come out as something that is not going to be very pleasing. Because if you ask me, East African community should join hands with Sadc and send troops, a joint troop, and try to actually bail out the DRC, our brothers. And when I look at the situation there, which I have said is very, very fluid, the M23 rebels are still advancing, and they are saying they must march to Kinshasa. Kinshasa. Is it Kinshasa or Kinshasa? The capital of DRC. And if that happens, your guess is as good as mine. And you know, the problem with this situation is that we have seen even the mercenaries from Europe and America being there, and I saw them being chased by the rebels, because what they have been doing is to mine the minerals from that place, and actually it is a very sad situation. I want you to watch what was happening here when the mercenaries were being chased away by the M23 rebels.
byakunze kugaragaza kenshi ko abacanshuro bahawe ikimenyetso byerekana yuko abacanshuro benshi barimo bakorera ibyuma.